Right, welcome again to the shed, which is a bit messy. I've got a bunch to turn on. Coming up soon is my financial manager's birthday, and we've got a bunch of stuff going on in here. She's a big fan of the Winnie the Pooh, and it's also got some sentimental value. So today I figure we might fire this furnace up, melt some silver, and I have a few $100 worth of silver. I have an idea on how we might be able to actually cast something. Now, previously I've cast a lot of this white metal, which is basically 98% tin, and I laser cut a mold into MDF and then pour it out from here. That's how I've made a couple of Targ Challenge coins. These guys are rejects. I've got to clean them up. There's a couple ready to go out. That sometimes works with a low temperature on here, especially with a bit of graphite. Doesn't always work with silver being melting at a higher temperature. So I do have some Petrobond casting sand, and I have an idea on how we can make this work. Alright, I've trimmed the graphite down so I can squash the top of the mold. I've pushed this into the sand. It's looking like it's going to leave a pretty good depression. So the idea is that when I sit this over the top, it'll create a flat surface, and I can pour through the hole and make me sprue on that. I hope this works. It's just run-of-the-mill, off-the-shelf blue tack. So this looks like, oh my god, it might have actually worked. I don't know. It sort of looks like Winnie the Pooh in there. I'll let it cool, we'll find out. So comparing this to the master, yeah, we're missing a leg and a few other things. So I may try a different method with this. Alright, so it's the next day. We're going to open the shed up again. We're going to try a different idea. Let's turn on everything again. They're out of the oven. Alright, furnace time. Down by 1 unit. Okay. Like she's gassing off a bit, but I might have gassed it all out. We'll find out. Yeah, there's nothing in the sprue. Alright, so it didn't quite work the way I'd hoped. We've got a little bit of silver in here, but yeah, it created way too much back pressure in here and forced most of the metal back up out of here. Back to the drawing board, I guess. Alright, I don't have any more ideas between now and the deadline of tomorrow. Sometimes you just got to wear a fail.
The next morning.
Right, well, it's just not my morning. I tried to make a substitute gift. It collapsed. It collided into something halfway through the print, and so this is not going to work either.
1 hour later.
All right, so it's about 6 in the morning. I am frustrated with my failures in making this jewelry. So I'm going to the city to a jewelry supplies place, and I'm going to grab some stuff. Hopefully it's a silver clay. There's a couple of different brands of it. I think the stuff I'm looking for is projectx. You can shape it and then fire it, and it'll make a solid silver product. It's windy this morning, but I got to get to the bus. I got 15 minutes. Alright, we are at the station. Flinders. Alright, I'll find somewhere to piss, a cup of tea, and then on to Swanston Street. Alright, halfway up Swanston Street. Now we get to walk downhill a little bit. I spy coffee shop. Wonder if they'll do an English breakfast tea. Alright, that's where I need to be. Alright, so we're at the Melbourne Bathhouses. There is Poolhouse Coffee. I know they do a good English breakfast, and that lift goes down into the metro station. So I can go out of here, bug off into the metro, and then go film where else I need to film. So let's get on with that. Alright, cup of tea done. I've got to go down here. This is the town library. I've got to go to town hall. Or state library, then I've got to go to town hall. And I've got some 360 shots to take on the way. And some radio code stuff. Alright, we've got a few minutes to wait and we'll come back to the station we started at, Flinders. Okay, sneak our way around to Flinders. Alright, so because walking over the ground or over the top is for jumps, I'm taking the tunnel to Flinders. And we've got the radio code. And lo and behold, we're at Flinders Street. Alright, back in Flinders, other side of the Yarra, next stop Southern Cross.
This train will travel through the city loop of all stations to Pendant. Please stand behind the yellow line for your safety until the train comes to a stop and allow passengers to exit before boarding.
Alright, we're at Southern Cross. Alright, so the gout is playing up a little bit and MS is making the legs a little numb. My head's a bit crooked. I think I'm going to go to the Traveller's Aid, see if they can run me around with a little trolley and round to the other side through the tunnels. Okay, I am back almost, I'm about an hour from home. When did I start? I started 5 o'clock this morning. It's 5 p.m. now. So 12 hours officially, as of about a minute ago. But I'm still not home yet. But it's worth it to make a quality product for my missus. Actually, I should call it the financial manager. Alright, well, you know you've been out too long when the street lights have come on. It's just turned on. So yeah, it was dark when I left and it's getting dark now. I've got an hour's wait and another hour or so's coach home and then a bit longer from there. So I've got food left to eat in my bag. I probably should go eat it somewhere. Okay, so something like 16 hours later, I have, and $400 mind you, I have 50 grams of this stuff and it's made in the USA too. So we'll see what this does.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, we're back in the workshop again. We're going to try and laser cut stuff again. Okay, so I've glued the mould. I've got the little backing piece in here that can drop in. Just going to try and work this into all the corners. I should have added mould release. Okay, so what I'm using for mould release is a few drops of light sewing machine oil. The features we want on the top. Okay, so it has kept some detail on there. This is going to be quite a significantly thick piece, but it will thin out Fortunately, these come in a Ziploc bag. You can probably squish as much air out as possible and seal that up. Alright, so it's the next morning and I've had the food dehydrator running all night. Right. This has developed a small curve despite the fact that I've flipped it a few times. Alright, I'm back in the workshop. I'm going to do a little bit of finishing up here and take some of the bits off the edge of this. Make myself a little coat hanger lifty here we can lift up. Actually, what I really need to do, oh no, it's going to smoke, that's alright. We're waiting for it to catch fire. We let it go. See it sitting down there. That's it. Back about 2, 6, 7. We're going to try it 70. Turn on our timer for an hour.
1 hour later.
I've got about 10 minutes, and the magpie decided he wants some more food. All right, here you go, buddy. Have a bit of a snack. All right, let's go have a look. Certainly smells hot in here, and that's at 72 minutes. Took about 25 minutes to ramp up. We are close to, we're at 53 minutes. All right, and that is a female magpie. All right, well, that's an hour. Let's turn it off and we'll let it cool. I'll come back to it later.
1 eternity later.
Okay, I've been gone the last hour or so. How hot is this? Things are still pretty hot in there. What do we got? Does it look like it blew up? Looks like there's a bubble in the middle of it. Damn it. Okay, so not sure what I did wrong here, but we got a big bubble in the middle. That's really irritating. But we do have better results than I've had in the past. So that's $100 down the drain. Alright, so flipping over, I see what the problem probably was. I think I probably didn't fire it enough. There was a bit of liquid underneath. It's gassed off while it's been in there and created an air pocket. This is surprisingly robust though. I will be able to melt this down and sell a bit of silver back, but close to being right. Alright, so I probably could have done better with it. I could probably put some ceramic wool, some mesh, or I could cut some grooves in the graphite sheet under it to stop this. But it definitely very metallic. I don't know if I've got a metal thing I can tap here. That works pretty well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it is very metallic. I will do some tests to see how it polishes up, but I think we're going to call the video here, and I'm going to try a separate one when I try another attempt at this. So I'll see you in another video, and hopefully the next one will be a bit shorter.